And welcome back to another video here on the Washington Football Maniacs channel. My name is Greg. I am your host, coming to you from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We're taking a little vacay before I have to get back to work next week. But anyway, no vacation to talk about the Washington Commanders, right? So the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys in the season finale. And of course, there's no holds barred, right? There's no holding back. Dan Quinn said that he is going to continue to march on. So none of the starters are going to be rested. I would say unless the game gets out of hand, then obviously you're probably going to wind up seeing a lot of the starters getting rested in the second half. But it sounds like that we are going to probably be facing a Dallas Cowboys team that's going to be starting Trey Lance at quarterback. It seems like last week things just kind of got away from Dallas. It's funny, I was kind of singing the praises of Cooper Rush because I really thought he's been a pretty decent quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you know, obviously in the absence of Dak Prescott. But that all kind of blew up last week when Dallas got beat by 30-plus points. I think the game was like 40-7 or something like that. I don't know. But so Dallas decides that they're going to start Trey Lance, who was a former number one, or not number one pick, but former first-round pick, I think for the San Francisco 49ers back a few years ago. Dallas picked him up, and he has been serving as backup, third string, but now he is actually starting in this game. So certainly whenever you have a team that is starting a quarterback that has not played in a while, you kind of feel like that you can kind of, put your ears back, lick your chops, and go for it. But I mean, who knows? There was a reason why that Trey Lance obviously was drafted in the first round. So we'll see what happens with that. But Washington as well, they have some players who are hurt, probably won't play in this game, but hopefully players who are trending upward, right? Austin Eckler, definitely we need him for the playoffs really badly. So for him to be able to be healthy again after being out for several weeks due to that concussion, he is back. Now, he's not going to play in the Dallas game, but, or at least I don't think he's going to play. I believe that we are saving him for that playoff game, that wild card game. And it could be the same for Marshon Lattimore, who also seems to be trending upward. I doubt we're going to see him as well in this game. So save those guys for the playoffs. We're going to need those guys pretty healthy. Obviously, whoever we go up against, we're going to need all the help we can get. Of course, Jonathan Allen came back last week. Didn't really get a lot of buzz from him. Didn't really hear his name called much at all. So, but, he is healthy. So it looks like that the Commanders are going into the playoffs a lot healthier than what we were expecting. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. I am very encouraged of that. Obviously, though, still, Dan Quinn has made it known that he's not going to just treat this Dallas game as a preseason game and just start all of his third stringers or whoever. No, he wants this game because he wants to hold on to that 6th seed. Now, why would you want to hold on to that 6th seed? Well, it gives you an opportunity. You have a chance that with that 6th seed, if you continue on, you win your playoff games, that you can get a home playoff opportunity. And of course, the higher seeds are going to have to lose, but you're going to be playing one of those higher seeds. And chances are, if you go past that first round, you're going to have to play another higher seed. So at some point, you may get to you may get to a point to where, guess what? You are the highest seed and you're able to have a home playoff game. So, and that's the thing with the seventh position, a seventh seed, there's no chance. Like, you can, if you're going to get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to do it all on the road. Doesn't matter, because there is no team that is behind you, right? They're all ahead of you in the seeding. So if you're going to make it to the Super Bowl, it's going to be the toughest road. With 6 seed, it's not as tough. You have an option. You have an opportunity, possibly, to get a home game. So home playoff game is very, very big if you're able to do that. So that is why that Dan Quinn wants to try to win this game. Of course, why else would you want to win this game? It's Dallas, right? NFC East rival. You want to be able to beat your rivals. They beat us the first time. Should have never lost that game. That is one game that everybody's saying throughout this year we should have not lost that game, but we did. So anyway, hopefully it's full steam ahead for this game. It would be nice to be able to put Dallas away quickly, just so that you could maybe rest some starters. But it's definitely a game that the Washington Commanders need in order to keep hold of that 6th seed. So besides that, we're also looking at a Dallas team that, they're starting a third-string quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott has asked for his release, so he's no longer with the team. Really didn't do a whole lot behind their starting running back. So, but you're not going to be facing Zeke. You're still going to be facing what I consider pretty good run offense. And Washington's had some issues stopping the run. So you're going to have to be able to have your run defense plug those holes up, plug the gaps up there, and be able to say that, hey, if you're going to beat us, Trey Lance is going to have to be the guy to beat us, right? And so don't give them an opportunity to get chunk yards on the ground. You don't want to see that. So that being said, I do expect Washington should be able to win this game. And if they do, first time since 1991 that they have won 12 games. That 1991 year was a special year, right? They won 14 games that year. They went on to win the Super Bowl. Do I expect them to win the Super Bowl this year? No. But guess what? I also didn't expect them to win more than 7 games this year. And they've won 11 so far. They have an opportunity to end the season with 12 wins, 12-5 going into. And that shows you, too, just how competitive the NFC is as well, right? You're 12-5 and you're a 6 seed. Normally, a team that is like 12-5, they're going to be at least a 3rd seed, but they're a 6 seed if they hold on and they win that 12th, or they pick up that 12th win. So I do expect them to win. I think it's going to be, it's probably going to be a close game for a little bit. I think that the Commanders can pull it out, probably pull ahead, pull away from them in that 3rd quarter. They seem to be a better second half team as of late. So that's why I say, it's like I would like to see them be able to start these games and just put Dallas away early so they're not having to maybe play from behind or to play much better in the second half. But we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. I'll be coming back from Tennessee, so I won't be able to see the game until later on. But I'll be checking the scores because I just don't think that I could just keep myself in suspense until I get home. So we'll see what happens. Lastly, Terry McLaurin and Jayden Daniels both being named to the Pro Bowl, right? And it's funny, I have to say it, Pro Bowl. I can't just, I sound too country whenever I try to say Pro Bowl, but they have been named to the Pro Bowl. And, of course, big feat for Jayden Daniels, right? His rookie season, in his rookie season, he's been named to being a Pro Bowler. On top of, I have a feeling that Offensive Rookie of the Year is all wrapped up for him as well. He is going to have accolades after accolades in this season. He has been outstanding. He's probably been one of the best quarterbacks that I have seen play. And I started watching the Redskins play back in 1981, right? So a year before their Super Bowl year. And I love Joe Theismann. He is one of my favorite people. We had him on the show back before the season. But I love Mark Rippon. I love Doug Williams. I love all those guys. But I have to say, I think Jayden Daniels has been the best quarterback that I've seen don the burgundy and gold in the whole time that I've played or I've watched NFL football. So that's big praise, right? That's very big praise because you're talking about over 40 years of watching NFL, and you're saying that Jayden Daniels is the best you've ever seen. The best I've ever seen in Washington, because Washington was never really known for franchise quarterbacks. You know, guys like Joe Theismann, or Joe Montana, Dan Marino, and then later on Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, guys like that. They were not. We didn't have quarterbacks that would put the team on their backs to take them to the promised land. It was always a group effort, and you could really credit that to a great offensive or a great front office. Front office minds like Bobby Beathard, guys like that. I mean, they just knew how to go out and find the diamonds in the rough. So being able to have a guy who you can honestly say this is a franchise quarterback, it's special. And Washington has needed this for a long time. And we saw it last week. Jayden Daniels put the team on his back and basically willed the team to victory. If it wasn't for him, probably would have lost that game. So my hat's off to Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is, of course, one of my favorites on the team, one of my wife's favorites on the team as well. So we love Terry, we love Jayden, and so I can't think of a more deserving quarterback wide receiver duo to be in the Pro Bowl this year. Of course, there's not a game. You know, it's just kind of events and stuff that goes along. So, but it's still a prestigious thing to be named as a Pro Bowler. So my hat's off to those two guys. And I just really hope that they hook up for a lot of touchdowns between now and the Super Bowl. Well, to be honest with you, let's just hope that, let's dream big. Let's say that they hook up for a lot of touchdowns between now and at the end of the Super Bowl, right? I don't know what I would do, honestly. I don't know what I would do if my team went all the way to the Super Bowl this year. I'm not expecting it. So, but if that happened, they won it, knowing that there are still a lot of holes to be filled on this team, then it just makes you wonder, well, when we fill those holes, is this team going to be the next huge dynasty? Because if Adam Peters could put together a team that wins 12 games, makes it to the playoffs, and then goes to the Super Bowl within the first year, knowing he still has some holes to fill, that's scary. That is a wake-up call to the rest of the NFL. So anyway, folks, I'm excited. Usually at this time, I'm kind of tired from the NFL season, feeling beat up and battered, just like the players, because, it's always a long season. But I'm excited because there's some really good things ahead for this team. And I'm just, I'm grateful for us being able to actually have a franchise we can be proud of again. I'm grateful for our owner, Josh, and just grateful for that. Grateful, Josh Harris, grateful for our front office with Adam Peters and everybody else that works with Adam, and grateful for our coaching staff, Dan Quinn. He has been one of the best coaches I think we've had in years. So my hat's off to him. It's all connected from the ownership down to the quarterback. So folks, let's do it. Let's knock out them Cowboys. Let's go into the playoffs and let's get ready to do it. It's on. All right, folks, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a share. I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.